Let's start off with Idaho versus Montana because the other one is a little high key as well. Montana, I've been screaming about them. We've been talking about FCS for the past few weeks on our Wednesday show. Why aren't they the top team in the country? Idaho's not ranked. I get it. But this is a chance for Montana to really show up and really play good football. They're coming off their bye week or idle week, however you want to call it. I really like Montana in this football game. Hey, Idaho used to be an FBS school. It's not like this is a walk in the park. Montana's going to get this done, though. They're going to show why the Big Sky is not a joke. I'm hammering in Montana. I don't even know the spread of this one. Again, FCS, like we were talking about before the show, the spreads for FCS are so hard to find. Maybe you can, if you have it, looking. I know you're looking at your paper, but it's a tough one. But I really like Montana in this game.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I for the FCS games because I was so excited about the games themselves. And for me, when we talk FCS football, it's the old man get off my 50-yard line in me coming out, where this is just there are some great athletes. They're not necessarily pro caliber athletes. Do professional NFL players and CFL players come out of the Big Sky and Missouri Valley and the Patriot and the Colonial? Of course they do. But these are guys that maybe were overlooked, or there were two or three other guys on their on their high school team that were just so great they got all the attention, and what they could bring to a team kind of gets overlooked. So for me, the FCS is just so special. It was a smart move for Idaho to step down from the FBS to the FCS. They had some decent years in FBS, but I think from a rivalry standpoint, for your alumni and your boosters and your students, you're more excited about playing Montana than playing Utah or Air Force or Brigham Young. Now they've only played 7 times since 1999. With Idaho coming back to the FCS, they've lost all 7. Idaho has lost all 7, and I'm gonna have one stat that's gonna understand why I say right now, can we make it 8? Not only has Montana been getting more first place votes in the polls. And in some polls, they're number 2. South Dakota State is not number 2. Montana is. But the official FCS poll, Montana is the number 3 team in the country. But they've been getting more first place votes than the second place South Dakota State Jackrabbits. They are only allowing 2.2 yards per carry. Idaho has to find a way to establish a running game. This is not the game for them to do it. Unfortunately, I mean it's exciting because I think it's called the Little Wooden Stein or Little Brown Stein or I mean, but so this was a huge going back into the 1880s. This was a huge rivalry for so many years. So it's great that it's coming back. Idaho has a very good coach in Jason Eck. I think you're going to see him not only get this program turned around, but he's going to be going to a Group of 5 conference. I think it's sometime in the near future, perhaps as a replacement for someone else that goes to a Power 5 school, for example. But they're just not a match for Montana. 2.2 yards a carry. Why do you even bother try to run? And unfortunately, Idaho doesn't really have an elite quarterback, even though both sides are averaging over 30 points a game. Montana's only giving up 11 points a game. So right, so if you're only giving up 2.2 yards per rush, odds are you're not giving up a lot of points. So this really, I think it's important for Montana because as we're going to talk about in a little bit, North Dakota State is faced with a major opponent this week. Montana could end the debate about who's number 1 in the FCS by having a signature win and winning big and having North Dakota State lose. Think of it more as a rivalry game. So as you're catching this on TV, and you'll have to look for it, but I mean the game is going to be on TV. Think about the tradition and the rivalry. Sometimes that alone makes a football game interesting. And maybe say a little prayer for the Idaho fan base because this is not probably going to turn out well for them.
They are in the best situation I think they possibly could ask for heading into this game. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They just had 250 yards rushing against Northern Colorado in a 20-point win against Northern Colorado, but this is not the Northern Colorado team that they're facing. You're just talked about it. It's the 2.2 yards per carry against Montana, who are 5-0, looking to be 6-0, and looking to get more of those first place votes. I think Montana takes care of Idaho quite well. It'll be the 8th straight victory against them since 1999, like you said. I think this could get ugly. This could get ugly. You can find this game on ESPN Plus. This is a 3:00 Eastern time game on Saturday. You can find all these FCS games at ESPN Plus. Really recommend you check that out.